Welcome back, guys, to Metaphor Refantazio, where last episode, after reporting about taking the bounty to Hulkenberg as we heard her progress with securing a means of travel, we received a quest from Maria and promised to visit again before a new day dawned. We then witnessed and participated in the opening of the tournament for the throne, seeing our other competitors and those conspicuous by their absence before our ride arrived just in time. A Gauntlet Runner piloted by Nuras, who was the personal machinist for the royal family, setting a course towards our bounty as we now pass time during the journey. There's some sort of strange device wrapped in cloth. Looks like one of Nulas's oh my god, how did you say your name? Nulas's inventions. This is the bed. These are beds. They seem pretty small. We've got capsule beds. The other side, this is a cooking table. I prepare meals here, supposedly. There's an oven over here. Hulkenberg said that most things are edible if you put them over a fire, but is that really true? A food shelf. Stop with food suitable for your long journey. I would prefer to cook it first before eating it. Got a pantry over here, which we can go into. There's some rock beans and gauntlet shrooms. Did they grow here, or could use these for cooking? Thank you. Got some ingredients. That's still the pantry. This is the washroom. Wow, so this room's made for bathing. Can we really just hop in mid-ride and take a real bath? Just water sloshing everywhere. Now that I could get used to. I call first dip. Hey. Were you just gonna stride up and strip nude? Where do you think you are? Unacceptable.
You really?
It's a bathing room. Who bought to mention no running water yet? Working on it.
Damn.
Unacceptable. Got the deck we can check out too. Oh, we can go up. What the things flying around then? This is the way into the strategy room. There's monsters flying around in front of us, are there? It's crazy being up here. Like, that's one hell of a view. I'd be worried about going overboard with one little bounce or something. I don't know what the suspension is like. Carriage can't begin to compete with a Gauntlet Runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. I don't necessarily know about pleasant. There's a map showing the area surrounding our destination, Martira. So we just look at the map again.
Let's see.
Wonder where we're at right now. We're here. We're going there. The runner makes a smooth ride, at least. Eccentricities aside, he's certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with its unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. The watchtower. It's a massive door. Gotta make sure you don't get spoiled on main story. Well, that's a bit hard to do in YouTube shorts, isn't it? Stairs to the cockpit are unable for us to get past due to a red rope. By the rope, lad, wouldn't want you going overboard. Perhaps I should stay away for now. Apparently, Nuras can speak to us from the cockpit through this bent metal tube. This door must lead to the end of the Gauntlet Runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. And check out the window. Reinforced steel on top of thick glass. It doesn't appear to be easily breakable. So where else haven't I checked out? Been up there to the deck. Oh, I didn't check out the very end. That's the back deck. Cloth-covered barrel. Beneath this cloth, there seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. Like depth charges or something. I don't know. A bomb. I'd have something to chuck off if something's chasing you, but surely if this thing is so fast, what could be chasing me? Now I'm like lost as to where I'm actually supposed to be going. Probably down here. There's more. This is a washing machine. Okay. The machine does laundry, handmade by Nura. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment. There's more just chilling. This is an upright cleaning tool. Maybe not now. Nurse's desk. Research desk. This would be where new inventions are born. It's a beanbag too. Some unique items are lined up here. Nurse's personal belongings, I think. How do they not go shattering everywhere? Bag of cotton. It's a fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. If I sat in it, I don't think I'd be able to move. Do you think that would be the most comfortable thing to be in while this is moving? A pile of powder. I've never smelled this fragrance before. I can't tell whether it's used for food or for fuel. The dangling chains, though, for a bit of a noise. Is this booze here? Who's even to know? Look at all the stuff here. It's a lot of glassware for a very shaky ship.
Now, where was I?
I feel Moore's presence for sure, but I don't think I need to go to academia right now. We'll go and take over just in case he has anything to say about recent events. Seemingly not, so let's stroke our friend.
Here, kitty.
Oh.
Who knows how cute it is.
Oh. You'll come again.
Do you think Moore's quite sad that I didn't chat with him and just went in, stroked the cat and left? Oh, what the hell is the engine made from? That's an actual heart, isn't it? I wonder what makes this thing run.
Hello?
First time on a Gauntlet Runner, eh? Oh, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's in here too. Gauntlet Runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet Runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wild. Then thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast, made for zero momentum loss even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Wait a second. That's this, isn't it? Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl as a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. Gauntlet Runner activities. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. I didn't even see a bookshelf. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help to improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. I say, you gave me a start there. Where are you trying to get my attention, Will? Terribly sorry, but I've got to focus on driving for now. Shake off the rust a bit. If you wanted to chat, best to find me in the evenings. What? What? It's just a beating heart. A magic igniter, enormous compared to those used by the army. If I recall correctly, uses magma crystals as fuel. Oh, igniter, question mark? I've never seen an igniter like this before. Doesn't seem to be much else to check out down here. So we are on our way now, and now we just spend time, do we? There's this homemade washing machine. Washing clothes can sometimes cleanse the mind too. Ooh, I only pressed X straight away. Doing laundry will take my mind off things, increasing my max MP.
Understood.
I prefer actual stats.
Come on.
This weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Neuros modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. I will not press X just in case it makes me do something. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over is sure to strengthen your legs, yeah? What's this? Max HP increase. Is this them trying to encourage doing chores via video game? Oh, yeah, think of the gains.
Got it.
I did the hoovering yesterday. I don't want to do it again today. Think of the gains, boy. Stuff that's chained off as well.
Speaking of,
Sarah said he got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. Also, we got the cooking table. Use the Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant your party various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. Oh. There's some ingredients here. Maybe Nerus went shopping. We do meat, pristine clear water, and red grass, so we can make the red roasted thingy. More coney meat and orgo sugar. Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. Red grass roasted dough, curated coney roast recipe, coney stew recipe, holistic whitefish platter recipe, critical meatballs recipe, steadfast stew recipe, precision fermented ribs, and stale black bread recipe. Want to make something? If so, we should try to have everyone teach us their culinary speciality. Now, we're checking out stuff more at the moment, though I'm assuming that will increase the thing that I've already got up to 2. That's the one that will increase things that I don't have up to 2. Which at this point in time... Oh, that's the bookshelf! Is eloquence and imagination. The bookshelf is lined with interesting books. The books I could read are New World Travel Diary, or Pride and Persuasion. So if these are giving stats, such as the ones in Persona 5, I would imagine that that is talking, obviously, considering the persuasion bit. And a New World Travel Diary is probably... Again, the one we're missing... Probably imagination? What else have we got going on? Stroll is dead. I feel drunk. Don't you vomit here.
I'm sorry.
I'll survive. I can handle the swing of a carriage, but this, it's another beast. Seems I'll need to learn to endure it. Guy's literally dying here. I'll assume that there isn't anything else going on anywhere. Why do I have a watchtower about some kind of weaponry up here, like guns or... What if you do need to get rid of a beast while you're on this thing? I guess we just get off.
all right.
You can use the toilet without costing you time.
Right.
I feel refreshed after spending some time in the bathroom. Can't wash yet. So, as I understand it, that can give me stats. So I should always go to the toilet. I should always make sure to have a poop. It was actually quite amazing how many of those YouTube shots there were, because it was from multiple different people. Many different things. It was like a daily occurrence for a bit after the release of the game as well. Just couldn't escape it. But equally, it was funny how that was the thing that got shared around and not like actual story spoilers. Right, where am I off to? Well, it looks like we're supposed to spend time and do stuff now. So I guess I'll read a book over here then? Which one should I read? Which one's nearest to getting maxed out? Pride and Persuasion or New World Travel? It's too bad you can't enter Royal Virtues from here. Not maxed out. Well, you know, when I say maxed out, I mean to rank 2. That's what I mean when I say that. I guess Imagination would be the one to go for. Or I could look to boost eloquence so it's up to the same bit as imagination. We haven't really seen much of a good source of eloquence thus far. We've had some quests with imagination as a gain, haven't we? Or have we? I don't even know anymore. I mean, if I'm gonna be... What do I need more as a future king? Probably speaking stuff. This book outlines useful conversational techniques for convincing others, but I haven't started it yet. Yes, probably left this here. Let's take it over to the window if we want to read it together. Do I need to read a book to allow myself to read books faster? If I read this book, I may gain more eloquence, yep. Shall we spend some time reading this book? Is it worth doing at the moment? Can I just get faster reading? Speed reading, please? Sure.
What's that?
What? I'm gonna sit there. Apparently this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. This section's part of the basics. First impressions are vital when it comes to negotiations. Okay, I guess that's true enough. Lower the other person's guard by assuming a natural smile and humble demeanor, then use flattery to probe for weak points.
What are you talking about?
Probe for weak points? Why? I don't know. I'm a bit worried that if I got shaken off, my leg might break, considering I've decided to wedge it between the wall and that bar. If I went that way, I would not be living a good life, right? To strike them down in one hit. That's in battle. This is talking, which is the same difference, I guess. To exploit them without mercy. It's very true. I'll assume it's to gain the upper hand, but essentially to exploit them without mercy is kind of the same thing as well. And to strike them down in one hit is also gaining the upper hand. But we'll go with the diplomatic way of saying it.
Sure.
So you can gain the upper hand, perhaps.
No kidding.
Oh, I see. It feels a bit underhanded, but I guess if you need things to go your way, that's how it has to be. Yeah, we're talking. We're not trying to murder each other yet. I feel like paying close attention to the art of persuasion has increased my eloquence. Hooray.
All right.
Right, so that's basically just slightly ahead of imagination? I'm imagining that it's slightly ahead. I'm surprised. I guess a bit of force can go a long way in helping negotiations go smoothly. There's still more left to read in this book. I'll pick up from here next time. Okay.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Yeah, of course we had to stop for the night. One, the driver would have to sleep. Two, I don't think we could sleep. Establishing an encampment. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart Gauntlet Runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. Reminisce. 3 days until we reach Martira. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. Kind of excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? Okay, I can gain... imagination with Stroll. Why is that red? There are insects gathered by the campfire. Well, apparently you can eat these bugs. Well, according to Hulkenberg, anyway. I should try and catch one. A dream eater moth. I caught one of the bugs gathered by the campfire. When it's my turn to cook, I should use it as an ingredient? What about no? Are there any monsters like prowling in the distance then?
Your thoughts?
Oh, how was that ride, eh? Smooth as butter. Luxurious as a palace. Awe-inspiring. Not awe-inspiring. Awe-inspiring. Tear-jerking. Absolutely good fellow. This run is such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where it's due, my tinkering certainly helped make her what she is. Although, full disclosure, that's all thanks to the little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly, but that's a story for another day. Off you go. Better get your 40 winks. Can you make it fly? How do you make a runner fly? That's a good question. I wonder what's the best way to find you. Oh, you're right there. So you're also imagination.
Well met.
Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I've no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? By recalling the past and planning for the future of Hulkenberg, maybe I can hone my imagination.
Be well.
Oh well, come visit me again when you've got some free time. So it's hanging out with those guys, using any of the functions we've seen so far, so I could just keep reading if I wanted to. Were two of these sealed up before? Are these the beds they've taken? Which one's my one then? Horse just hanging. I can still do the cleaning. The heart's still beating even though we're not actually running. I like if we go from this side, we just go from the other side. Schlorp. I guess I should have actually checked out the back deck too and the watchtower, just in case there's anything up there, like there was some kind of red spot on top of that campfire. Wait, is the deck not made out of wood too? Let's not think about it too much. You must have like a special... Oh, it was raised, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was raised. I'm pretty sure we're good there. Maximus, thank you for the follow there. Welcome to the channel.
Well met.
No, Hulkenberg, I don't want to talk right now.
Be well.
I've got to check around to see what happens in different phases of play. So there's 4 entrances to up here. But only 1 ladder? No ladder. Where's the other entrances then?
Hey.
Hey, you looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're going to get. I'm not up to much. Can you keep me company for a while? I recall in the past and planning for the future with Stroll. Maybe I can hone my imagination. Come on, Stroll. Let's plan our future together. Where are we going to buy a house?
Now then.
So next up is Martira. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the Northern Fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this has only existed in heroic tales of times long past.
Speaking of
which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? I mean, they probably lost to a greater power, isn't it? What do you want me to say, though, if there's anything to do with that? They had no allies, it's totally.
what's that about it?
Maybe they lacked allies.
Oh, I see.
We do get stuff, good. I was wondering, because we haven't been doing well on conversation lately. I see, tries they might even the strongest king wouldn't be able to establish a country by himself. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well.
Then...
if we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though all of this does make me wonder, just how many more of these powers are still out there? Well, I'll show you a chart if you like. I've had my imagination grow as Stroll and I discuss the challenges still ahead of us.
Alright.
Right, we're over halfway with imagination. Come now, it's too early for bed. Let's talk some more. I don't know why we didn't just do it with Hulkenberg as well. Stroll and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I have no grasp over which conversation gives me mag if I get things right or not.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I'd feared, considering how tiny they are, but I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? The carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast, but just keep an eye on the road, okay, Niras? What road? We'll arrive in Martira in 2 days, huh? So we just keep on keeping on, though there's different stuff going on here, no? Wisdom and courage. Okay. We still have books. Yes. There's really nothing else for me to do in this time, is there? Maybe it'll be nail. Ah, I've got it. Don't catch the poo. Now that I feel refreshed, I think I've grasped something. See, this is what I heard of. I've got it. If you're in the loo and you shout out, now I've got it. I understand, like, you know, some people do their best thinking on the loo. It's a place for sorting thoughts, etc. It's you moving yourself from the task, and that kind of thing works. And I know the thing about it, but still, it's a weird thing to shout when you're on the bog. Luck increased by 1. I can't wash. Will wash give me stats too? That didn't show up in a short. What else is going on? Nothing else seems to happen. It just is me having to while the time away as we travel. I wish when I pooped my luck increased. Don't we all? I think I might raise up our courage a bit more, considering I'm still just a craven.
Hey.
Hey, Will, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you've got the time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as it is for our battles. Maintaining my weapon may help me improve my focus during a fight and hone my courage. Sure, let's hone our weapons with Stroll.
Now then.
Right, let's have a look at your blade then. I wonder if there's more to do than just
Got
stat raising here. I think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why one day I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory. Not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey.
You'll have your own nation then. How about you? I share my plan. Let's hear yours. What do you do when the fight's over? I'd like to help you with rebuilding. Are you serious? I'm a bit relieved to hear it. Tell you the truth. So I see with Stroll, our relationship requires me to kiss his ass. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis. We'll fight for change.
Look at that.
I want to do something about that too.
Yeah.
I agree, but seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain. Truly. You've resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know, to act with such conviction. How does one become so bold? I just do whatever. I mean, I feel like I waver sometimes as the actual response.
No.
I do have moments where I waver. I suppose we all do, but you manage to keep a cool head when you do, unlike me. That's why you're our captain. All this to say, I have faith in you. We've more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll end up being after all of this.
All right.
Anyway, this sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up. Caring for my weapon has fortified my will to fight as well as increased my courage.
Now then.
God, these are much better than being in town. That reached courage level 2 that easily? I look like I still had quite a ways to go.
Courage.
'Tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, kindle the flame of thy courage to ignite the hearts of thy people.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. Oh, I didn't actually see what rank he went up to. I spent some time with Stroll honing our weapons. And it was a really good get as well.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Boy, break time, chums. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Should we get a closer look?
Wow.
That's...
So pretty. It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future, and how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off of magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Niras pulled a sheet of paper and a brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him.
Hey.
Wow, Niras, how did you get so good at drawing? Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it, I'm finished here. Take it as a keepsake. I mean, wasn't it for research though?
But...
I thought you needed this for research. All the pertinent information I need has been etched into my very mind. I can make do without the sketch itself. A Tree of Prophecy drawing. I received Nuras's research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and could accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been here.
Hey there.
Hey, why didn't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey and we could tell her a story about this place. Well, one day we will, when we come back maybe. The next time we're in Grand Trad. I should give this drawing to Maria. Is it Grand Trad or Grand Trad? A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which has given me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However...
Turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color portends. We took a brief detour, but I feel that seeing that rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
That's quite a big increase on that as well.